Hello, and welcome to the Slumber Vault. Tonight, we invite you to step away from the noise of the world and journey with us into the heart of winter. This is a story about finding a sanctuary of perfect peace. It is a story about the deep, velvety silence of a snowy night and the warmth of an ancient place where time seems to stand still. So, take a moment to settle in. Adjust your covers. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears and close your eyes. Let go of the day that has passed. You are safe here. You are warm, and you are ready to rest. Our story begins not in a room, but under the vast open theater of the winter sky. It is midnight. You are standing on the edge of a small, sleeping village, nestled deep within a valley blanketed in snow. The air here is crisp and profoundly cold. It is the kind of cold that feels clean, sharp, and awakening. As you breathe in, the air fills your lungs with a chill that tastes of frost and starlight. As you breathe out, you see the gentle silver mist of your own breath, hanging for just a moment in the still air before vanishing. The world around you is painted in shades of deep indigo and white. The snow is thick here. It fell steadily throughout the afternoon and settled heavily into the evening, covering the rooftops, the fences, and the roads in a soft, undulating quilt of white. There is a profound silence in the snow. It dampens every sound, absorbing the noise of the world, leaving only a hushed, sacred quiet. You begin to walk. Your boots are heavy and warm, protecting you from the elements. With every step, you hear the distinctive, satisfying crunch of the packed snow beneath your feet. Crunch, crunch, crunch. It is a rhythmic, hypnotic sound. It is the only sound in the valley. The village streets are empty. The houses you pass are dark and slumbering, their windows black, their chimneys exhaling thin whispers of gray smoke that rise straight up into the windless night. You are alone, but you do not feel lonely. You feel a sense of private magic, as if the night has been kept secret just for you. Ahead of you, at the very center of the village, the ground rises. And there, sitting atop the highest hill, is the old stone church. It is a massive, ancient structure, built from rough-hewn granite that has withstood centuries of winters. Its tall spire reaches up, piercing the star-filled sky. Unlike the sleeping houses, the church is awake. From its tall, arched windows, a warm, golden light spills out onto the blue snow. The stained glass glows like a collection of jewels, amber, ruby, and emerald, casting long, colorful shadows across the churchyard. And then, deep in your chest, you feel it before you hear it. The bells. High in the stone tower, the great bronze bells begin to swing. Dong. The sound is incredibly deep. It is a resonant, heavy note that travels through the freezing air like a physical wave. It vibrates against your ribs. It hums in the soles of your feet. Dong. It is the call of midnight, a sound that signals the end of the ordinary day and the beginning of something sacred. It is a sound that seems to stop time itself. You continue your walk toward that glowing beacon of warmth. The path leads you through an iron gate which stands open, welcoming you in. You walk up the path, the light from the church windows growing brighter, warmer, inviting you closer. Now you stand at the foot of the stone steps leading up to the main entrance. The steps have been swept clean of snow, but the stone is dark with moisture and rimmed with frost. You grasp the iron railing. The metal is freezing cold against your gloved hand, a grounding sensation that reminds you of the winter night surrounding you. You climb the steps slowly. 1, 2, 3. You reach the top and stand before the great doors. They are magnificent. 2 towering slabs of solid oak bound with black iron hinges that look like vines. The wood is dark, aged, and formidable. You stand there for a moment, caught in the threshold. Behind you is the biting wind, the endless snow, the blue dark of the valley. In front of you is the promise of sanctuary. You reach out and place your hand on the iron handle. It is heavy, solid. You press down on the latch. With a low, groaning creak that speaks of its age, the heavy door gives way. You push it open just wide enough to slip inside. The transformation is instantaneous. The moment you cross the threshold and let the heavy door close behind you with a solid thud, the world changes completely. The biting cold is gone. In an instant, you are enveloped in a thick, heavy blanket of warmth. It is a physical sensation, like being wrapped in a wool coat straight from the dryer. The heat prickles gently on your cold cheeks. You are standing in the vestibule, a small entryway separated from the main church by inner doors of glass and wood. But even here, the atmosphere is heavy with presence. Take a deep breath. The air here smells ancient. It is a rich, complex perfume that only exists in places like this. You smell the stone itself, a cool, mineral scent of damp granite that has settled over hundreds of years. You smell beeswax, thousands of candles that have burned down and been replaced, leaving a permanent, sweet, waxy aroma in the air. You smell the sharp, fresh scent of nature, boughs of evergreen pine and fir trees that have been brought inside to decorate the pillars, their needles releasing a crisp forest scent in the warmth. And underneath it all, the faint, lingering sweetness of frankincense and myrrh. A smoky, resinous scent that hangs in the rafters, the ghost of prayers from years past. It is the scent of timelessness. It tells your body that you are in a safe place, a place that does not change, a place where the worries of the outside world cannot follow you. You unbutton your heavy winter coat. The fabric rustles softly in the quiet. You loosen your scarf, letting the warmth reach your neck. Through the inner glass doors, you can see the sanctuary. It is dimly lit, glowing with a soft amber haze. You are ready to enter. You are ready to find your place in the shadows. You are ready to rest. You push gently on the inner glass doors, and they swing open silently on well-oiled hinges. You step through into the nave, the main body of the church. The space that opens up before you is vast. It is a cavern of stone and shadow reaching up high, high above your head. The ceiling is lost in the darkness, a vaulted expanse that mimics the night sky outside, though here the air is still and warm. You do not walk toward the front. You have no desire to be seen, no desire to be part of the crowd. Tonight, your role is simply to witness. Your task is to be the anonymous observer, safe in the periphery. You turn to the left, moving toward the side aisle. The floor beneath your feet is made of heavy slate flagstones. They are uneven with age, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. You walk slowly, your boots making a soft, dull sound against the stone. Thud, thud, thud. You find your way to the very back of the church. Here, tucked underneath the overhang of the choir loft, the shadows are deep and protective. There is a row of pews here, the farthest ones from the altar. They are empty. This is your sanctuary within the sanctuary, a private corner where you can disappear into the warmth
and the quiet. You choose a spot near a heavy stone pillar. You move toward the pew. It is an old wooden bench crafted from solid oak that has darkened to the color of molasses. You reach out a hand to touch the back of the pew. The wood is cool, but not cold. It feels incredibly smooth under your fingertips. It has been polished not by machines, but by the friction of human hands. Thousands of hands resting here over hundreds of years, wearing down the grain until it feels like satin. You slide into the pew. The wood creaks softly, a gentle, welcoming groan that settles immediately into silence. You sit down. The seat is hard, solid, and upright. It supports you completely. You unbutton your coat fully now, letting the sides fall open. The heat of the church begins to seep through your clothes, finding its way to your skin, loosening the muscles in your shoulders, your back, your legs. You rest your hands on your lap. You take a moment simply to feel the stillness of your own body. You are no longer walking against the wind. You are no longer fighting the cold. You are anchored here.
Now you begin your work. Your task for tonight is simply to observe, to inventory the peace of this place. You lift your eyes. The church is dimly lit, illuminated only by architectural lights that cast a soft golden glow upwards against the stone pillars. The light catches the texture of the rock, the rough chiseled marks left by masons long ago. Between the pillars, the air is thick with a golden haze. You can see tiny motes of dust dancing in the beams of light, swirling slowly, suspended in the warmth. They move with a lazy, hypnotic rhythm, rising and falling, rising and falling. Long pause. You look further down the aisle. The church is full of people, yet it feels intimate. From your vantage point in the shadows, you see only the backs of heads, the heavy wool of winter coats in shades of navy, charcoal, and forest green. You see the occasional flash of a red scarf or the white fur of a collar. It is a sea of stillness. And then you listen. The church is not silent, but it is filled with a specific kind of quiet. It is a hushed reverence, a tapestry of soft human sounds that create a comforting white noise. Listen closely. You hear the rustle of a coat as someone shifts in their seat, a soft swishing sound like dry leaves. You hear the delicate, crisp sound of paper turning, crinkle, shh. Someone is opening a hymnal, smoothing down the page. You hear a murmur of a whisper, low, indistinct, just a soft vibration of air between two people. You hear a cough, muffled instantly by a glove or a handkerchief. These sounds do not break the silence, they deepen it. They are the sounds of safety, the sounds of a community gathering together against the dark of the winter night. It is a lullaby of presence. You are alone in your pew, yet you are surrounded by life.
You lean back, resting your head against the wall behind you. The stone is cool against your hair. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the atmosphere wash over you. The scent of the pine boughs reaches you again. It is stronger now that the air has settled. It smells of sap and sharp green needles. It mixes with the beeswax and the old wood, creating a perfume that is heavy and drowsy. And then, the feeling in the room changes. A vibration begins. It starts so low that you are not sure if you are hearing it or feeling it. It is the pipe organ. The organist has pressed a single pedal, a low, sustaining bass note. The sound is deep, rich, and darker than the night outside. It is a grounding chord. You feel the vibration travel through the heavy stone floor. It moves up through the soles of your boots. It hums in the oak of the pew you are sitting on. It resonates in the center of your chest. It is a steady, unshakable foundation. The note holds on, unwavering. It does not demand your attention. It simply supports you. It clears the air of any remaining chatter. The rustling stops. The whispers fade. The congregation settles into a profound stillness, waiting. You open your eyes. The light seems softer now. The shadows around you seem friendlier, deeper. You are wrapped in the velvet dark of the choir loft, hidden, secure, and perfectly at peace. You run your hand along the wood of the pew one more time, tracing the grain with your thumb, back and forth, back and forth. You are exactly where you need to be. There is nothing to do but watch. There is nothing to do but listen. There is nothing to do but be.
As the deep vibration of the organ fades into the stone walls, a hush falls over the congregation, a silence even deeper than before. And then the magic begins. Slowly, methodically, the electric lights overhead begin to dim. They fade down and down and down until they are extinguished completely. The church is plunged into a soft, velvety darkness. But it is not a darkness that hides things. It is a darkness that holds you. It feels close, intimate, and restful. Far ahead, at the very front of the church, a single spark appears, a flame. It is a small golden point of light at the high altar. It wavers gently in the still air. You watch from your place in the shadows as the flame begins to travel. An acolyte moves to the first row of pews. You see the subtle movement of a candle tilting, the wick touching the flame, and then a second light blooms, then a third, then a fourth. It is a slow, hypnotic chain reaction. The light is being passed hand to hand, neighbor to neighbor. You watch the flame move down the center aisle, splitting and spreading to the left and to the right. It is like watching a slow-motion sunrise or a river of gold flowing gently toward you. As the light reaches the rows closer to you, you can see the details of the ritual. You see the care with which each person protects their small flame. You see the cupped hands shielding the light. You see the soft amber glow illuminating the faces of the people. Older faces, younger faces, all smoothed and softened by the candlelight. The light reaches the back of the church. It reaches the choir loft. Now the entire sanctuary is transformed. The cavernous stone space is no longer dark. It is filled with hundreds and hundreds of tiny flickering stars. The light is not steady. It is alive. It dances. The shadows on the stone pillars sway gently back and forth, a rhythmic lullaby of light and dark. The stained glass windows, which were dark against the night sky, now glow faintly from within, catching the candlelight and reflecting dull glimmers of ruby and sapphire back into the room. The air seems warmer now, heated by the hundreds of tiny fires. The scent of the beeswax intensifies, a sweet, honeyed aroma that mixes with the pine and the stone. You simply sit. You watch the sea of stars. You let your eyes unfocus, blurring the lights into a soft, golden haze that feels heavy on your eyelids.
And then the music begins. It does not start with a crash, but with a breath. The choir, unseen in the loft above you, begins to sing. Silent night, holy night. The voices are unaccompanied. There is no organ, no instruments, only the pure human instrument of the voice. The sound is incredibly pure. It rises up, drifting into the high vaulted ceiling. The acoustics of the stone church catch the notes and hold them, adding a natural reverb that makes the choir sound like they are singing from a great distance, from somewhere high above the clouds. All is calm. All is bright. The harmonies weave together, a rich tapestry of sound. The high soprano notes float like ribbons of silver.
The deep bass notes provide a warm, soft cushion underneath. The music washes over you. It is a physical wave of peace. It dissolves any last lingering tension in your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. You are not required to sing. You are not required to read the words. You are not required to do anything at all. You are just a vessel for the music. You let the beauty of the melody soak into you, filling the empty spaces, quieting the mind completely. Sleep in heavenly peace. The final notes of the hymn hang in the air, suspended, sustaining for a long, impossible moment before slowly fading into silence. The silence that follows is perfect. It is heavy, sweet, and complete. The service is ending. A soft blessing is spoken, barely more than a whisper from the front of the church. You decide to leave now, before the lights come back up, before the spell is broken. You want to carry this feeling with you, untouched. You stand up slowly. Your movements are fluid and heavy. You feel a deep, pleasant lethargy in your limbs. You button your coat, trapping the warmth of the church against your chest. You wrap your scarf around your neck. Quietly, invisibly, you slip out of the pew. You walk softly on the stone floor, moving back toward the heavy oak doors. You are a ghost in the room, passing unnoticed, leaving the golden sea of candlelight behind you. You reach the heavy door. You press the iron latch. Creak. You step out. The transition is shocking, but beautiful. You step out of the golden warmth and back into the blue, silent midnight. The cold air hits your face, but it does not sting. Instead, it feels refreshing. It feels like a cool cloth placed on a fevered forehead. It is cleansing. The heavy door closes behind you with a final, solid thud, sealing the golden light inside. You are back in the snow. The silence of the valley feels different now. Before, it was just the absence of noise. Now it feels like a presence. It feels like the earth itself is sleeping. You look up. The sky is a vast, endless dome of indigo, and above you the real stars are shining, millions of them, crystal clear, hard and bright in the freezing air. They look down on the snowy village, on the sleeping houses, on the glowing church, and on you. You take a deep breath of the snowy air. It tastes pure. You feel lighter. You feel spiritually cleansed.
The heavy weight of the world has been left behind on the stone floor of the church. You are empty of worry. You are full of peace. You stand for a moment on the church steps, listening to the nothingness. There is no wind, there is no movement. There is only the snow, the stars, and the deep, deep calm of the winter night. You are ready to go home.
You turn away from the church and begin the walk down the hill. The journey home is effortless. You move through the sleeping village like a shadow. The only sound is the soft, rhythmic crunch of your boots on the snow. But even that sound seems quieter now, softer, as if the earth is whispering you to sleep. Crunch, crunch, hush. You pass the dark windows of the cottages. You pass the frozen fences. You pass the old street lamps, their light casting gentle, snowy halos on the ground. You reach your own front door. It is a familiar, welcoming sight. You turn the key in the lock. The door opens with a gentle sigh. You step inside, and for the second time tonight you are welcomed by warmth. But this is a different kind of warmth. It is not the ancient, stone-scented warmth of the church. This is the cozy, familiar warmth of home. It smells of clean linen, of dried lavender, and of rest. You take off your heavy coat. You take off your boots. You leave the winter night behind you on the doormat. You move slowly to your bedroom. The house is silent. The house is safe. You pull back the covers of your bed. The sheets are cool and crisp, inviting you in. You climb into bed and pull the heavy duvet up, over your legs, over your waist, all the way up to your chin. The weight of the blankets feels good. It feels like the heavy snow on the roof, protective, insulating, grounding. You sink down into the mattress. Your head finds the perfect hollow in the pillow. Your body feels heavy, so wonderfully heavy, sinking deeper and deeper into the soft support of the bed. Now, in your mind's eye, you return to the image of the candle. Picture that single, small, golden flame that you watched in the church. It is flickering gently in the dark. Watch the flame. It is the last of your waking thoughts. Slowly, the flame begins to lower. It grows smaller and smaller. It turns from gold to a deep orange, to a faint blue ember. And then, poof, it is gone. The smoke rises in a thin gray ribbon, dissolving into the air. The light is gone. There is only the velvet darkness. Just as the snow covers the valley, let sleep cover your mind. Layer by layer, soft and white, quieting everything, smoothing out the edges of the day. The bells have stopped ringing. The choir has stopped singing. The village is asleep. And now it is your turn, drifting deeper, floating on the silence, safe in the sanctuary of sleep, deep, quiet, peace. Good night.